What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. So today we're going to take a step back from Black Ops 6 and Warzone and talk about some future massive updates for Call of Duty's franchise in general. So if you guys remember, a couple of months ago, we talked about secret Call of Duty updates that Microsoft was doing, pretty much trying to restore older Call of Duty titles and bring them into the Game Pass. We saw how they did some server updates to make it easier to find lobbies in these older Call of Duty titles. That's like the main reason why many players did abandon them, is because there's no one playing them and it takes like 20-30 minutes to find a match. So they updated those servers, they started bringing them and rolling them out into the Xbox Game Pass, and it seems like we got a little bit more information, and these are the heavy hitters. So Modern Warfare 2, the 2009 version, as well as Modern Warfare 3, it seems like they're going to be getting a very big update, and it may not be just a regular copy and paste to the Game Pass like we saw with some of these other CODs, but there may be a remaster involved. So that's what we're going to be talking about today, and it seems like it's actually coming in very soon. So this is definitely very exciting information, especially for those of you guys who are fans of the OG MW2 and MW3 titles. The first thing that we have is Charlie Intel posted this. They said Call of Duty World at War and Call of Duty Infinite Warfare are now showing up in the PC Xbox Store search results as included with Game Pass, but they are currently not available in the service yet. So these first two titles, it seems like they're the next ones in line to be added alongside the Game Pass. We did see them add maybe around one or two every couple of weeks during the month of like December. They sort of stopped that once the new year started. It looks like they're going to probably go ahead and continue that. These, unfortunately, it just seems like it's a copy and paste. So they're pretty much just importing them as they are to the Game Pass, so you can play them if you have the Game Pass subscription, but there's not much changes involved with this, which is very typical, and that's what we saw with all the other Call of Duty titles. The second thing that I want to talk about, this is a brand new article posted from Insider Gaming. If you know, their news is very reliable. They're almost always accurate when it comes to leaks, intel, rumors. They typically get it right every time. They were actually the ones that broke the news that Verdansk was going to be returning. I believe they were the very first ones to do that. And so they've been pretty accurate so far. But here's what they said. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 and 3 are rated in Australia. So it seems like things are getting closer to a re-release of the original Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3 for a new generation. So this is not the MW2 and MW3 that we just finished playing a couple of years ago, but these are the original versions of them. And it says ratings for a cross-gen edition for both MW2 and MW3 have appeared online thanks to Australian's classification board. Now, they highlighted this because this is very important. They said a cross-gen edition. So this doesn't seem like it's the typical Game Pass MW2, MW3, and they're not just gonna take them and then throw them in the Game Pass, but they're making cross editions for them, which tells you that there might be an actual update involved with this. There may be some changes that are going to be implemented. We don't know, obviously, just from this one sentence exactly what they're going to do. Are they going to fully remaster these titles, or are they going to update the graphic quality similar to what we saw here with Verdansk, or any of the map remakes that we've seen, for example, like Firing Range, where they update it to the new engine or to the new graphic quality that is currently available with technology, right? Anyways, they go on to say, as expected, both were given an MA15 plus rating by the board, which is standard. And then they said both were given the classification on April 3rd, which was the start of this month, and with a production date of 2025. Yet another highlighted sentence letting you know that this game, or these titles, are actually scheduled to launch this year in 2025. So regardless of the fact that we have another Call of Duty coming out, which is COD 2025, it seems like that doesn't really matter, and it's still slated for release sometime during this year. Now, obviously, I personally believe it may end up releasing before all the marketing and the hype and everything like that begins for Call of Duty 2025. You got to remember, we're still in that Black Ops phase. We ended Modern Warfare after 2 years. Now we're on Black Ops for 2 years. So COD 2025 is supposed to be a Black Ops game. And that means that it's not going to really make too much sense for them to introduce this in the same year. So they would probably have to release it a few months before the marketing begins. But here is what they said. For Modern Warfare 2, the game rated is a PS5 cross-gen edition. Now, this is the first time that I've heard them mention something along these lines when it comes to bringing an older Call of Duty title to the Game Pass. And second off, this one's not even mentioned to be coming to the Game Pass, but it's mentioned for PS5 cross-gen edition. So they're making it sound like it's a whole brand new Call of Duty game, something completely new, just from the way that they're wording it here. could potentially be just for marketing purposes, or we might actually get a remastered version of these Call of Duty titles. And then they mentioned Modern Warfare 3's ratings doesn't mention PS5, rather just it being a cross-gen as well. They said no other details about the games are given on the website aside from them being from Activision Blizzard, and while it wasn't confirmed that it's the original MW2 and 3, the styling of using Arabic numerals as opposed to Roman numerals leads to the belief that it's the games from 2009 and 2011. They also mentioned back in February, it was reported that 2009's MW2 was set to come to the Xbox Game Pass sometime in March or April. With April already here and the ratings starting to show up, it would appear as though an announcement is around the corner. Would you play the original MW2 and MW3 again on PS5 or Xbox Series X or S? Now, they pointed out something very interesting, and that is the major announcement that is sometime soon, right? So the other day, Xbox actually announced that there will be a new Xbox game showcasing that will go live on June 8th at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So it's the fact that we're still a couple of months away from this, but at the same time, it may be a little bit too early for them to begin promoting Black Ops 7 and talking about the next COD 2025. So in this showcasing, they could potentially be talking about Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3, maybe some remasters, maybe if they do some graphic updates or they bring in new content alongside this, they're going to announce it at this Xbox game showcasing, and maybe it's going to be launching shortly after these announcements. Now, something else could definitely boost the release of these is the fact that the nostalgia is definitely selling for Call of Duty. If you guys have seen with the Season 3 update, Verdansk, the return of Verdansk has seen major success. We talked about it the other day to where the Ghost of Hope mentioned that Activision is very happy with the numbers that they're seeing. The players that are currently playing are off the charts, and a lot of players actually load up the game and play more frequently than they did in past seasons of the game, and that's all because they pretty much brought back Verdansk and OG maps. So it's the same thing here, to where if they bring back a classical Call of Duty title that many people are fans of, that's definitely something that could potentially sell for them and bring them the numbers that they are looking for. So it's definitely something on the bigger side of things, especially in the Activision corporate level. They're probably very interested in getting this launched down and released. So they're going to probably market it. They're probably going to drop trailers for it. They might drop even more, and they may hype it up as if it's its own Call of Duty title, even though it's basically just an older game coming back. But we are going to get more information as time gets closer to that gameplay showcasing. We might get maybe some teasers or some details. Maybe Insider Gaming may end up giving us more intel on that. So I'll keep you guys updated, but let me know, would you guys prefer to play a remastered version of MW2 and MW3, or would you rather look forward to COD 2025 if you were to pick one? But that's all they got for you guys in this, so thank you guys for tuning in. It's been your boy Chidzo, and hopefully I'll be seeing you guys back on the channel again. Peace.